Hi guys, it's Courtney from the future. So I'm from the future because we're already in Germany. So I'm just here to give you a little background about what's about to happen in our travels and stuff. So our first flight was at 7:10 in the morning, okay? I don't know whose bright idea it was to book a flight for a family of 5 with 3 little children at a 7 o'clock flight, but that's a different story. So our flight's at 7 in the morning and we get there at like 6:30 because if you know us, you know that we're very slow at everything we do. We're always the last ones to arrive. So we were the last ones to arrive and it backfired on this time because we missed our flight. So we missed our first flight, right? So we were originally supposed to fly from Charleston to Atlanta to Baltimore, right? And that was from Baltimore over here to Germany. Okay, so on our commercial flight, we get there and we're like, yeah, we're here for our flight. And they're like, sorry, you have to be here like 30 minutes before or we can't put your bags on a plane or some bullshit. Anyways, we were there 30 minutes before, so they could have put our bags on a plane, but whatever. So I'm like, okay, you know what? It's fine. Because our flight from Baltimore didn't leave until 8 o'clock that night. So I'm like, okay, we have plenty of time. It is like 6:30 in the morning. We're not supposed to be in Baltimore until 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm not worried about it. Okay, book us on the next flight then. So they're like, oh, because of coronavirus, we are booked out or something. I don't fucking know. So I was like, okay, as long as you get me to Baltimore by 8 o'clock tonight, no worries. They're like, okay, we can get you to Atlanta, but you might be stuck in Atlanta. And I'm like, no, I don't need to be stuck in Atlanta because I need to be in Baltimore tonight. So we can put you on standby, da, da, da. And at this point, I'm starting to get like really frustrated. Not with the workers or anything, but like just frustrated, right? So I'm like, she's like, you can see if another airline has a flight available, whatever. So I'll go around to everybody. I'm like, look, I have a family of 5. Can you please get us to Baltimore? They're like, no. Everybody's telling me no. And I'm like, look, people, if I don't be in Baltimore by 8 o'clock tonight, then I miss my plane to Germany. And then they're going to consider my ass AWOL. And then they're going to put my ass in jail. Okay? I don't need that. Okay? So I said, look, get me as close as Baltimore as you can, right? I will figure it out. I'll figure the rest out by myself. Okay. So United says, okay, I can get you to DC. I said, okay, I can get to DC. DC from Baltimore is only like 45 minutes to an hour. I said, okay, that's fine. I can just rent a car and I can just drive there. Okay. So that's what we do. So we fly from Charleston to New Jersey to Baltimore. I lied. It was Baltimore. Oh God. It is New Jersey. Fuck. I just had so many flights, okay? It was Charleston to New Jersey to DC. And then we got in a car, skirt, to DC to Baltimore. Okay? And it was just a lot, okay? Just imagine how frustrating that was. Hey guys, wait, what are you doing?
Oh, it's already started?
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
So, a little update. We missed our first flight, so now we are currently waiting for
Our other flight.
So, we're just in the airport.
Yeah,
kind of like unaccompanied minors because we've been here going crazy. Here.
Yes. Oh wait, I'm on TikTok. To meet me on TikTok. 6:30 in the morning, and I start and we going to the airport. Yeah, and the kids won't go to sleep tonight. Yeah.
Already know super dad skills, you feel me? One in a bag, one in a star, baby.
I love it too. There we go. Let's go. And then you just drop it right here, I think. Yes. Thank you. All right, let's get on. Hello. Uh-oh.
You okay? You alright?
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you. Thank you. Go all the way in the back. Yeah, so we finally made it on our flight. Yeah. Lonnie woke up. There is Daddy and Blaine. He's sleeping. Look at you. And the lighting up here looks good. Everybody out here sleeping. Knocked out. Me and Lonnie's up.
Back up on the scene. Out here acting foolish, like I'm 17. I just bought a new
Hey y'all, so I'm back from the future again to explain about what happens once we got to Baltimore. So we arrived at Baltimore at 6 o'clock. Yay! We made it! Finally! Yeah, no. There's still more frustration to come. Just wait on it. So we get there and the lady greets us and she's like, hey, where you going? You going to Germany? You going to Kuwait? Where you going? And I'm like, yeah, we're going to Germany and stuff. So I get all the kids out the car and we pack up and get everything out of the car. And I'm like, well, my husband still has to return the car. And she's like, okay, well, she's like, you guys better hurry up because we need to get y'all COVID test. And I'm like, oh no, don't worry. We already took our COVID test. She's like, oh, okay, that's good. When did you take it? I said, oh, we took it Thursday. She says, no. You're supposed to have it 48 hours before you fly, not 72. So I'm just sitting there like, Jesus help me. So I'm like, okay, so what do we do now? She's like, well, good thing for you, we do COVID test here. And I'm just like, oh, great. So I have to put my kids through yet another painful COVID test. So I'm just like frustrated and whatever. So now Rayshawn is gone in the rental car because he has to be back by 6:30 because that's when they stop doing the COVID test. So I'm sitting there, I'm filling out all the paperwork and everything. And then she's like, honey, you have to hurry up, like rushing me or whatever, because obviously we have to get this test done. It's like 6:15 and they stopped doing the test at 6:30. So I go over there, the guy's taking our temperature and everything. He gives me more paperwork to fill out. And I'm just like, oh my God, why do y'all need so much paperwork? Whatever. So I go over there and the lady's like, oh yeah, we need your kids' social security numbers. And I'm like, who the fuck knows their kid's social security number off the top of their head? Because it ain't me. The only reason I know my social security number off the top of my head is because the Army asks me like every day. That's the only reason why I know. But anyways, so I'm like, look, lady, I don't know their social security number off the top of my head. Is there anything else I can use to put in that place? So she's like, yeah, whatever, just write down your DOD ID number. So I did that or whatever, and we're still waiting on Rayshawn to get back. He's not back yet. So we finally sit down, and I'm now giving another man some more information. Like, I couldn't just tell them the information to begin with instead of filling out all this paperwork, but whatever. So I tell this man my information, and then Rayshawn's comes. So I'm like, finally, yes, I can put this crying baby down because Milani's hungry and I don't have enough time to sit there and feed her. So I keep giving her her little teething crackers, and I keep trying to feed her like little snacks so that she'll just stop crying. So Rayshawn finally comes, and it's like 6:25, right? So now we're waiting on us to be called. This lady comes back over yet again with some more stuff that we have to fill out. This time we have to fill it out on our phone and then like screenshot it or something. It's some like German form or something. I don't know. So they finally call our names, and I'm just I didn't tell the kids that they had to take another COVID test because that shit hurt. And I didn't want to have to I didn't want her to panic before we had to get it. I didn't want her to sit there being there like crying and scared before she actually had to go do it again. So they called our name, and we're sitting there, and I'm just like, oh my God. So she finally figures out, she's like, Mommy, do we have to get another test? And I'm like, yeah. So she goes, and obviously I go first, right? And it wasn't bad. She just did like the little outside. She didn't shove it all the way up in there like that other lady did. So she just did a little outside wherever all of us go. And Raiden, obviously, she goes last. She let Milani go before her, but whatever. She goes last. And we're like, okay, yeah, that's not bad. So then we go sit back down, still filling out more paperwork. Fast forward. We get our test back. We're negative. Yay! Then they go and load up the bags onto like the weighing machine or whatever. The front desk people, agents, bag drop off, whatever the fuck it's called. So they go drop all that stuff off, and I'm like, the lady's like, hey, did you fill out your German forms and screenshot it? And I'm like, yes, I did it. We're ready to go now. So I showed the lady my phone. I'm like, here. She goes, ma'am, you put the wrong date. So obviously Germany is a day ahead of us, right? So I put the day we were flying, which was on Valentine's Day. So I put the 14th, and I didn't realize that we would actually arrive on the 15th. So I'm just like, I'm not about to fill out this form all over again, because it was an extensive form that I had to fill out for 5 people. So I'm just like, she's like, it's okay. Before you get on the airplane, just fill it out again. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that, right? So we made it through all of that customs and all that other good stuff, whatever. So now you guys can watch us again. And then I'll be back from the future one last time. Okay, here we go. We are finally about to board our last plane. Oh, okay, get up. It's okay. Ooh, then they got a child play area. Yeah, so you guys can play. But we're running late, so no playing.
They tried to stop us, but they can't. Motherfucker, rear load, front load, goddamn side load, all load, man. Yeah, we getting on the real one now though. We made it, you know what I'm talking about?
Good and nasty.
Yeah, it's not though.
Right back.
It is. I was gonna say, definitely not the best macaroni and cheese I've had in my life. It might just be the worst. I was gonna say it's definitely not the worst. Okay, we finally landed. We're finally in
So I
Germany.
made it to Germany, guys.
Yes. Finally. So hey y'all, I'm back from the future one last time. So we finally land in Germany. Everything is going great, right? We're finally here. We made it. We're off the plane. Finally, my day of traveling is over. You thought. So I get there and I handed them all my paperwork that I had to fill out. I handed it all to them. I had my orders, my leave form, everything like that. My passport, all of our passports get stamped and everything. We pick up our bags and then they're like, are you Army or Air Force? I'm like, oh, I'm Army. I guess the Air Force didn't have to do no damn COVID test or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. But anyways, so I say, oh, I'm Army. So then the Army, they put us in this little room where we had to go. And then they're like, all active duty service members have to get another COVID test. And I'm just, another COVID test? After I just got a COVID test 8 hours ago to get on this plane? And everybody on the plane was negative? Literally every single last person on that plane was negative? Why do I have to get another test done? Whatever, I'm not gonna argue. I just get the test done. So this time it wasn't bad. They did shove it all the way up my nose, but they only did one nostril, so it wasn't too bad. So that's that. So I get my COVID test done, and then we put all our bags back in the little trolley thing, and we get on the bus. The bus drops us off at our new house in Wiesbaden. That video is coming up next, our empty house tour. So thank y'all for watching, and what is it? Like, comment, and subscribe. Yes. Thanks. Bye.